Hey everybody, my name is Jensen. I'm the Director of Production with Sego Homes. I'm currently standing on a hot tub ready reinforced roof deck here in Cascade Village. This is the new model village for Daybreak, down to 5 builders. We are one of them. This particular home is a little bit different than any home that we've built in the past. This home is going to be zero emission home, which means there's going to be no gas coming into the home. It'll be purely electric, and we are working with Utah Clean Energy to bring this to life. We will walk through the inside, and I'll show you what makes this home a little bit different than every other home that Sego's built so far. In this zero emission home, we need an R60 in the ceiling. To achieve that, we had to increase our heel height. So basically, we took this heel height, which is where the roof starts and the bottom of the wall ends. We increased that so that we could get R60 all the way above. Alternatively, we would have had our heel height end about here. We would have gotten about an R48 right here, and then we would have bumped up when we could to R60. Increasing that heel height allowed us to be R60 all the way around the home. This is a conduit for future solar. It runs down to the panel and up into the attic, and that's all you need to be ready for future solar. This typically, if we were going to do a cooktop, would be a gas cooktop. We will install an induction cooktop that is, again, fully electric. That boy will be hooked up here, and we'll get some more information on that induction cooktop and how it varies from your standard gas or electric cooktop. We are in the living room. Here we have an electric fireplace, or what will be an electric fireplace. We run a pretty low volt power to it. Doesn't have a lot of draw. This is a fully electric air handler. It uses heat pump technology to heat your house. It is super efficient. The amount of energy that it draws is greatly noticeable. This specific unit is kind of the cream of the crop, the nicest one that Carrier makes. Again, Brian is a brand of Carrier. There is one other that did qualify. We decided to go with the bigger, badder boy. And on this one, there's 2 requirements for it to meet the Energy Star Zero Emission Ready Home, and that is an HSPF, which is the Heating Seasonal Performance Factor. Easy to remember, no big deal. Anyway, they want that to be at a 9.5. This one is at a 10. And then the minimum SEER for your AC, your SEER rating, we're all kind of familiar with that, is a 16. And the condenser that will go with this is actually a 22 SEER. A res check is something that tells us how much better we're doing above code. The software for that calculation, the highest SEER rating that they have available was a 20. So this is even more advanced than the existing technology to calculate how efficient we're building the home. So this is an ERV. Basically, the function of it is to take air that's stuck inside of the house. Everything, all the houses that we build are so airtight that air is unable to escape the house. So even things like aerosols from doing your hair or cleaning supplies, those get stuck inside of the house. So this takes the air that's inside, the conditioned air inside, and it takes it outside. Then it brings in fresh air from outside, and then it brings it back to be conditioned. This specific unit has 1 cubic feet per minute per watt, and the requirement for Energy Star is 0.2 cubic feet per minute per watt, which is 5 times, which is the requirement from Energy Star. So we're down in the basement. You can see that we have furred out these walls so that we can get an R19 insulation in here. We got a 1/2 inch gap, 2x4, and then a furring strip on here. Again, we'll fill this cavity. It'll be an R19, and that's also a requirement for Energy Star. All right, we are standing in this large 3-car garage. Right next to me is our car charger. What was required for the zero emission Energy Star was for a 208 volt 30 or 40 amp, and this is what we've installed is a 240 volt 50 amp that will give you faster car charging. And then right next to me here, you can see that we've got a 2x8 cavity. For the zero emission home, we needed an R21.5 R value in our exterior walls. Our typical 2x6 gives us R22, but when you account for the studs, that takes about 10% of the R value of the walls out. So we beefed it up by 2x8 That gives you an R30 value in the cavity, and then when you take out the percentage of walls, 2x4s in the wall, we're ending up with about an R27.5, which is a stellar high amount, exceeding the minimum. Something else to point out here is our windows have a 0.23 U factor. In our other homes, we're typically between 0.32 and 0.35. And on the windows, lower number the better. On the R value, higher the number the better. Over here, we've got the conduit that we saw upstairs. This is coming to the panel that was running upstairs for future solar.